Hi everyone! Welcome back to Kids Corner. I'm so happy you're here again today. Today's story is called The Ark and the Tent. It's about God's presence in the tabernacle. Now, this isn't the same ark that we talked about in the story of Noah and the flood. In that story, the ark was a big boat that was built. In this story, the ark means the Ark of the Covenant, and this was a box that contained the tablets of the commandments. From last week's story, you might know them as the 10 best ways. So, let's all take a deep breath and get ready to hear the story of the ark and the tent. We are back in the desert again for this story. This, remember, is the desert. It's a dangerous place where people don't go unless they have to. Because when the wind blows, it changes the shape of the desert, and people can get lost. In the daytime, the sun is so hot that people have to wear lots of clothes to protect themselves. The sand stings when it hits your skin. The sun scorches you by day. At night, it's very cold. You need many clothes to keep warm. The desert is a dangerous place, and people only come here if they have to. When God gave people the 10 best ways to live, they loved them so much that they wanted to always have them with them. They thought the 10 commandments would help guide them and help them feel God's presence. God told them to build a box, and this box was called an ark, to keep them in and to cover the ark with gold. It had poles on the sides so that the people could always carry it wherever they went. You can't just walk up to something as precious as the 10 best ways. You need some way to get ready. They wondered what they needed to do. God told them to put an altar of incense in front of the ark. They could burn the incense to make a good-smelling cloud of smoke. You could walk through the smoke and smell its aroma, and this could help you get ready, but it still wasn't enough. Then God told them to put a table with 12 pieces of bread on one side and a 7-branched lampstand called a menorah on the other side. People could walk between the table and the menorah on the other side, and this would also help them get ready. But it still just wasn't enough. Next, they decided to put the walls of a tent around the ark, the incense altar, the menorah, and the table. Inside the tent, they made a special place for the ark, and this place was called the Holy of Holies. Over the top, they put 4 coverings. These do not look exactly like them, but they will help us to remember. Because one was linen, with purple and red figures of cherubim woven into it. The other was made from woven goat's hair. The third one was ram skin dyed red. And finally, the outer one was goat skin turned into leather. But this was still not enough. Now, only priests could go inside. And in those days, only men could be priests, not like today. Next, they put in front of the tent an altar covered with bronze for sacrifices. They also made a huge bowl of bronze that the priests could wash in to get ready for prayer. And they put that in front of the tent too. Then around this holy place, they put a fence made of cloth that could be rolled up and carried with them when they traveled. It marked the whole special area called the tabernacle. When all of the tabernacle was finished, Moses blessed it. Aaron and all of his brothers were made priests, and they carried the tent and the ark wherever the people of God traveled. The Levites, one of the tribes of Israel, helped them. They cared for their tabernacle and conducted their worship in here. God gave Aaron and Aaron's sons these words and blessed all of the people of God. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift God's countenance upon you and give you peace. Now, I wonder which part of this story you liked the best. I wonder which part of this story is the most important. I wonder where you are in this story, or what part of the story is about you. And I wonder if there is any part of the story we can leave out and still have all that we need.
Thank you again for joining me for Kids Corner. Remember to have an adult in your home. Click the link in the description to take you to the song for today. This one is called Thanks a Lot, and it's a really great song. If you do any artwork about the ark and the tent, I would love to see it. So if you draw, color, paint, sculpture, if you make anything after being inspired by this story, I invite you to have an adult in your home take a picture of it and send it to me, and then I can share it with all of our church family on Facebook. I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye for now.